this is his last championships. I don't think he will, would look for a conflict within his team in order to go out on a bad note. But
no, but what I'm saying is, basically, that's two players now that have disappointed with their attitude at the table. And this is a final. We had a semi-final and a final, and both these Christian Sus, now, I'm sure he would have changed, he would have slept on it, he would have realised that he was at fault. But we saw Dima get really, really negative.
You're right, and obviously this is the long-time coach-player relation, and obviously you travel around the world, you spend many hours in airports, on hotels, on breakfast, dinners, practice hall, competitions, and in the end it's a time to go. And I think that the German team will, in this case, benefit from a coaching change. They will get in Jörg Roskopf starting, and he was such a hard worker as player, and I believe that he will give them an extra dimension looking 2 years ahead. So,
okay, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Did your Danish team ever let you down at the table like that?
Yes, there's a lot of these things going on, and you can really do nothing as a coach. You have to prepare your players, and there to be a common interest in what you would like to see. But at times,
I'm not talking about the play. I'm talking about the attitude.
Yes, that happens also, and I think this is the hard part of table tennis coaching, because obviously players like Dimitri, it's hard to replace him at this level. You really have very few options. Because the quality of the players you have on the bench. That doesn't mean that Patrick Baum or Bastian Steger are bad players, but there's a quality difference, and in order to achieve the goal, which is winning here against China, you need Christian Sus. But I'm going to tell you that I believe that he will come out today and
well, good.
Put up a little bit of a different game phase.
I'm really glad to hear that. The attitude of Timo Boll was never say die. I'm going to fight, fight, fight. He showed that what is possible when you have that attitude. Let's see whether Christian Sus can actually take that as a role model. Love all. Good start for him.
He's facing Zhang, who is a bit of a, who has been a bit of a trouble boy for the Chinese Association at times. He had a good junior career, disappeared for a number of years. I know for a fact that some of it was for disciplinary reasons, and returned back a couple of years and got the confidence from the coaches, and obviously is playing here. So
I've only got one previous meeting against my notes here. On that occasion, it was Zhang who won it 4-2. It is worth telling you at home that it is 1-1 in matches. Germany took the first through Timo Boll, and then we had Marlin taking it for China, so it's 1-1, and the target is to reach 3. Oh, that's better. That is better. Wow, this is a great start for Christian Sus.
Christian is a player that, I can imagine him liking the style here and feeling relatively comfortable, although Zhang is an unbelievable fast player. Again, his forehand is absolutely rock solid, and he's moving unbelievable well. So, but Christian, he likes the open game. He's not a great tactician, but rather tough. Point by point.
Love 5.
Mr. Zhang. Mr. Zhang. 0-5.
There's a little warning there, was there? Quite know what that was about, but the umpire certainly had a word with Zhang. He benefits from that. He makes the first point. It's 1-5, 5-1.
And really, Zhang never even been near to this kind of pressure, and never played in a big team final. So maybe I'm repeating myself, but this is a fact also for this young player.
22 years old. Christian Sus at 24.
Both players played in the first ever ITF World Junior Championships, held in the Mapocho Station in Santiago, Chile, 2003. So
can I tell you, this man has no notes in front of him. I have my table full of them.
But I was there in the morning when we were going to open the championships, and we realized that the arena was not flat. The floor was not flat. It was rolling down a bit. But we managed to get through, and we had a center court, and with everything set up, it was a wonderful championships. And the Chinese team won a drama match against Chinese Taipei in the final. And Zhang was part of that.
Wow. So you've watched him develop.
And I can also tell you that Christian Süß lost in the very first qualification round against the unseeded, at the time 13-year-old Ma Long, 4-0, and his day was over as one of the favorites in the junior competition.
Don't you like fanatics of the game? We're in the first game of the third match. Christian Süß of Germany is 7-3 to the good. I think he must spend a lot of time with Ian Marshall, because he absolutely rattles off these extraordinary details. Well, I just can't believe the stats in his head. He really does talk about the number of pimples on the backs of particular players. It's unbelievable.
If nothing else, he will overwrite you with many articles. He's such a producer of stuff on our website. It's unbelievable. And
you know, he was
see him down there.
Yeah.
He's using his peculiar writing one-finger touch. Yes.
But he wasn't just writing on this World Championship, he's writing on the Polish juniors as well. From a distance. From a distance. Let's get back to the business. It's 5-7. Zhang Zhike having to think a little bit about this one.
Well, 4-2 in the only meeting, that tells you a few things, and it tells you absolutely that Christian should feel comfortable going in here in this matchup, and he probably then, if you are winners of 2 games, got something on your service, or you could see the spin of the other guy's service. And
that's great rally, super rally. Süß just ducked away from it a little bit, tried to hit it too hard maybe. He was there but missed it. 8-6. It is an extraordinary game because it's all quiet before the storm, and then suddenly it all hell breaks out. Amazing.
Well done, and he needs to be constantly active around that corner, Christian, in order to get his forehand, which is one of his weapons.
Great impact there. He's got a 3-point advantage. He'll be happy with life. And when he's up, he's very up. When he's down, he's very, very incorrigible. But here, at 7-9, China's Zhang Zhike still fighting and still with a chance in this first game. Oh, touched it.
And the return of service made the job for him. He was in early, and he gave that a little bit, not very much time, and then the reaction time on the other side is a problem. So well played by Christian.
He's got 3 game points. He's got it. It's 11-7 in the first. Christian Süß. I gave him a hard time yesterday for his behavior, but he's been absolutely charming and definitely confident in this one. That was a very good performance in his opening game, and as you so rightly said, Mikhail, that when you have a 4-2, if you'd lost 4-1 or 4-love or 4-0, then you feel just a little bit under pressure. But having picked 2 games against him, it makes such a difference.
Yeah, and I think I really liked his last 2 service returns, and that tells you that he is picking up the placement of Zhang Zhike's serve, and he's also picking up the spin. So I wouldn't be, as Li Guoliang coaches his player, I wouldn't be 100% comfortable at this point because Christian Süß is such a competitor, and he's always used in his Borussia Düsseldorf team as a closer, if you can call it like that. So he has the experience from playing tight matches, and definitely a player to be fearing at this point.
The thing is, if Süß is successful here, Timo Boll-Marlin.
Second game, Germany to serve.
Yeah,
Think about that.
Yeah, really for China,
0-0.
if you look at the perspective of Germany winning this team match, I believe that China is really under pressure because Marlin, Timo Boll is looking at the matchups beforehand, it's the closest one.
Zhang he's come out with a very, very attacking perspective. He is just thinking, I'm not going to allow this man any kind of space.
1-1.
Was it a good service? It must have been.
Yeah, it was also a little bit of a kind of a predetermined move from Zhang. I don't know what he really was thinking there, but let's put it right into the net.
Okay. That is normally a strength area for Zhang. It's a very strange service, though, isn't it? I mean, crikey, there's so much action on the wrist there, isn't there?
Yeah.
He's
Well
done
done
it
by
again.
Christian.
Yeah.
And you're seeing here now that he's feeling more and more comfortable and confident in Zhang's service, and this is definitely a trend. I can see Li Guoliang is, I don't know if he's making some notes down there, but at least he should be a little bit worried.
Well, this is ominous. Germany have taken the first. They're 4-1 up in the second. Zhang under pressure. And I don't care who you are. You might be the best on the planet, but if anybody's able to find pressure points, your normal play, your comfort zone, if you're stretched, you do not play with the same fluidity.
Not in this game. It's so small margins, and you know, we keep referring to Zhang as a big favorite. I believe his ranking is.
Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he's number 4.
He's number 4.
Well,
Christian,
equal 4 actually with Marlin.
Christian Süß is slightly outside the top 20, but that means that you're involved all the time in important matches internationally. So the difference in ranking is really not much, considering the number of players that are ranked. So definitely it's 2 world-class players.
He's ranked Süß at 24 and Zhang Ziqi at number, well, equal 4. So, but again, I will bring to the topic the fact that China, against all expectations, lost a match earlier. That doesn't happen, and I don't care who you are. These boys would have feared the same happening to them.
You are right on the ball, and these guys are also on the ball, I can see. Oh.
Fantastic. Absolutely stunning play from Christian Süß. You have to hand it to him. It may be his swan song, we don't know. But this is absolutely first-class play. And the crowd here inside the Olympic Stadium appreciate a winning shot like that. Superb. 6-3. He's done it again. My goodness me. The magic is with Harry Potter Christian Süß. My gosh, what a wand that was.
Or Boris Becker, you refer to him as Boris Becker. We take anything at this point, but he's really playing good. Two very, very strong rallies.
No, he was Boris Becker when he was bad-tempered. He's Harry Potter now, he's so magical. 3-7.
Led 3-7.
Okay.
But again, really, really good service return by Christian, and if he can keep that element under control, really controlling Zhang Yike's service. He's in a pretty good position.
Ooh, that is one determined man. Sus.
That one a little bit too high, and then you see the small margins, and the first one it's got under control, the next one is a little bit change of spin, and the ball rises a little bit, and those are the small margins. If you package it down like that, and it's an easy point on one side, or a rally where you get a chance to break the services.
Oh, missed it. 3 in a row, and that could be ominous. Now, this is where this guy has got to stay cool. He knows that he was in the absolute boss position before. He's now struggling a little bit with his form, but he cannot afford to be too aggressive and upset himself, let alone the opposition. That's better.
Yeah.
That is absolutely stunning. Good stuff.
We have to like what we see from him, and he's determined. He's not afraid of taking a couple of risks. That was a half chance, I would say, to score that one, but he got it through, and 2 points up.
Oh, you beauty! You absolute beauty! Oh, he should go to Monte Carlo. He's got. I tell you what, if that wasn't just a poker shot, he was so deceitful there. He was lying his way to that point. 6-9. Wow.
Let's see now what kind of services he's choosing to put on the table at this point. It's very, very important again that he doesn't get stuck in the same direction as before, but is daring to change just a little bit.
2 more points required. 2 services coming up, and this for a 2-love lead. No, missed it. Yeah, you see all 4 of them stand every successful point of Zhang Yike. And I tell you, it's because Zhang Yike can see them. They are right in the middle of his vision. So they're going to impress him. Oh, that's good stuff. Great, great recovery. 9-all. 2 services there from Christian Sus, and he couldn't win a single point.
I see he released it a little bit too long, and you are under pressure right away, because if you get the opening shot against you, you're kind of defending, or you have to make difficult shots to score the point or to gain the advantage back, and that's why you have to keep your service short.
This is really tense, it's tight. Zhang Yike comes up with a beauty. Oh my goodness, this is a tremendous recovery. Who ever doubted him? Gosh, absolutely superb recovery. Look at this, many margins.
That's a millimeter or so outside. In fact, I would suggest it was a good return, but it all spin anyway, so there's the skill level.
He's got the game point in the second. He's missed it. 11-9. That is an extraordinary comeback. I think that, well, you probably help me here, but I think that was about six points in a row. Yeah, I think it was. It was
6 straight points. He finished off with 6 straight points. So, yeah, you can see the tendencies, and I believe, Christian, he probably, even if he didn't look at the scoreboard, he was aware that this could be the game, and just released a few of his shots, some returns, some services with a little bit less quality, and you get punished right away. So this is the tough part facing these Chinese players. They're so tough on themselves. They're never out of it. They will always play each point at a time, and that makes the possibility for them to come back.
Well, this is developing into an absolute cracking contest. It's 1-all in games. It's 1-all in matches. And the reputation of this man, Wu Liang, is absolutely at stake as well.
Time.
Christian Sus, he will be disappointed with that. He was looking to try to pick up 2 points to take the game to a 2-love. It didn't happen. He's got to now regroup, start again, get fresh about it all, not look back. Big banks of not just crowd, but obviously the media here in their great numbers, enjoying what is a festival of great sport. Here we go, game 3.
Yeah, I think he's opened the door for another dragon. I don't know his nickname, but he certainly moves like a
I don't think he's got
style
one,
dragon.
No, well, he hasn't got a nickname according to my sheet, but that's not to say he doesn't have one, of course. Zhang GK, don't know.
Let 0-2.
We'll take a let at that. Sus has to stay positive in his thoughts. It's a good one. Oh, yes. That was great improvisation again this time. Zhang Jike, he really caught Sus out by surprise here. Look at this. Fabulous.
And I'm sure that this is one of the things they talked over. You need to play Christian Sus deep in forehand at times, and you really need to flick the ball or flip the ball out there to be able to have him moving when it's hitting his forehand topspin.
He got right in there, very close, leapt at it. Did well to combat the rising confidence of Zhang Jike. You give him a little bit more, he will take a mile if you give him a couple of centimeters. We all. It is a very strange serve. I don't know of anybody that actually comes up with a similar kind. It's so risky.
Yeah, he's moving his racket one time and changing in the last second to go the other way according to the reverse service. Another flying forehand attack from Zhang Jike. Right down to the pocket, and it usually means a point. Following up with perfect return, really unbelievable hard to see for Christian, who was expecting a long one. He got 2 bounces right away on the table, and that's it.
5-3 after 3 all. Again, he's always looking just that little bit smarter now. No, missed it. 4-5, 5-4.
Yeah, I think for Christian now, hang in there. Don't try to keep it close. You know, really play that one consistent ball at the time, and don't worry so much how the points against you are scored or how you score your points. You have your game plan ready, and keep going.
It's worth reflecting, he was 9-5 up though in that second and looking solid for it, and Zhang Jike has just fought back, leveled it. It was a really stunning comeback, so it will have an effect on both of them, that particular, the way in which it was won. Four, 6. Yeah, this is looking ominous now, I must say. It's changed, the momentum's changed.
And Zhang Jike, you see much more activity in his returning of service, and Christian losing it just a little bit, but to put actually one of his best shots. He's a good, as I call, down the line player. That he needs to get that going. His backhand down the line is a perfect weapon in this match. But there's been very few rallies really, and that takes a lot of energy out of your mental stage.
7-5, Zhang Jike. Oh, well, he persisted with the backhand. The moment he moved that forehand, it was overstruck. And this is definitely looking ominous. Zhang Jike, I don't know how he had the strength or the ability to come back from a 9-5 down. He won 6 points in a row. Extraordinary. And now he's confident. No, missed that one though.
Yeah, he's still in this game now with 2 services, but it has to be better quality, and I think you got to do something now. If you can't just throw it down the same direction or same placement, and you really have to be sharp to get the ball up and maybe get an attack over the table in order to score. Almost a fantastic service return. I mean, it really died right away. So he really got that unbelievable early contact with the ball. And
oh, wow. But the difference is now that Zhang Jike, when he makes errors, he's already in the lead. So it's not quite so important.
He's clearly playing more relaxed and much more active, and that's his game. He's kind of a fireball and moving well always.
That is 10-7. This now to go from a 1-love down to a 2-1 advantage. 3 game points to Zhang Jike of China. He's missed the first.
A bit of an error. He caught the edge of the racket and just flew out.
Well, the crowd are into this. It's really good. Lovely atmosphere. And another miss. Good service. 9-10.
Yeah, he got the perfect speed and the perfect length on that service, and here comes the timeout from Li Guoliang, and I'm sure he's a little bit concerned, this young player.
He will be, because actually it was on a plate for him right there. 10-7. You put money on him to convert it. But of course, after the previous experience when he came back from 9-5 down to take the second game, Christian Sus is still, he's able to put pressure on as well. Just 1 point the difference now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's talking over that last shot selection. I mean, he's going for a spectacular finish, but sometimes you got to concentrate, maybe put it on table and you know, think safe, think good tactics. They're just trying to, you know, flick the ball cross out in his forehand, which is probably the most difficult choice of returning.
Big point here, huge point. He needs to level. Christian Sus serves at 9-10. He's missed it. It's 11-9. China have a lead in the 3rd match. 2-1. And Zhang Jike, having succumbed in the first 11-9, was 9-5 down and came back to take the 6 points to win the game. And he's now just converted the 3rd. And you can see what it means to him.
It means a lot, and I'm sure Christian also on the other side is disappointed with the last one, because it came to him, it came to his forehand side. He was in a relatively good position to pull that home, and of course he's realizing that it's an uphill battle from here.
Big smiles all round inside this Moscow Olympic Stadium, created in 1980. 35,000 people you could pack into this stadium if you wanted to. The biggest, in its day, it was the biggest indoor stadium in the world. We're just using a small portion, a small part of it. Of course, others, the other competitions in the ITTF World Team Table Tennis Championships, they're also using it. And many tens of teams from around the world, in fact over 100 teams, 90 in the women, and how many do we have in the men's?
Well, actually a record number, 111 I believe showed up in the end, and that's of course a huge number. It puts a fantastic pressure on both the hospitality aspect and all our competition guys who is have to schedule all these matches also.
Unbelievable. Imagine 111 teams gathering in any competition. It really does rate up there with some of the biggest competitions in the world. It's a daunting task, actually, to be host. China to love. Christian Sus under huge pressure here.
Let 2-0.
Oh dear. Again, he's just turned over a little bit. His ambition is maybe now to stay in it, as opposed, well, there's a perfect reason why the timeout is called. He won't want to listen. He'll want to give excuses why.
Don't be too hard. I mean, I believe, you know, the tough part for his kind of mentality is to drop the second one, and he had all the chances to pull that one home, and played a decent third game, and now in trouble. I mean, he was trying to really push the envelope on his service return and made a few mistakes. So the timeout was correctly called. He needs to regroup and kind of change this pattern of scoring points now.
The boom camera focuses on the Colosseum, where the competition is really hotting up now in this men's team event. It's, oh, that's better. Good timeout call, because that's a lovely. Well, it's no more than a backhand push here, was it? Well, a bit of flick to it as well, but good stuff. 1-3. And 2-3. Don't get me wrong, Mikael. I would love to see Christian Sus actually achieve here. It would be fantastic for table tennis. I honestly think that he has huge talent. It's just that little moment, you know, electricity in his brain. He just switches it off sometimes, and he doesn't think. He doesn't think about the image side of it.
He's been around for a while now, and as I said, played his last junior year in 2003, and since then been a regular in his Borussia Düsseldorf team in the German Bundesliga, and played obviously in all the team finals since 2006, when the last 4 major team finals, I believe Germany, China 3 times. 2006 World Team Championships in Bremen, and obviously 2008 in Beijing, and now 2010 here in Moscow.
Fantastic record, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. That one was in the pocket. He had to reach behind him. He couldn't control it. It's 5-2. It's 6-2, 2-6 now. A little nod. They're in a little bit more of a comfort zone. They're not home yet, of course, but gee, they were worried.
And also look at the physical differences here, really, because Christian can at times be heavy in his footwork. He's facing a faster, more dynamic player, and this is a difference in a game like that. I would say the playing style fairly similar. Both likes the open game, both are building up around their backhand, but Zhang is the quicker guy. He's more dynamic, he's faster.
He didn't enjoy that one, but he's still got this very, very impressive lead. They've both taken their timeouts, so no chance for relief here. It's going to be all the way to the line from now. It's 7-3. GK will serve.
Led 7-3. 7-4.
Just a little split in the curtain. It's not closed yet. There's still a little bit of light on the German side.
Led 7-4.
It's a lonely place out there, actually, isn't it? You're in the spotlight. There is a little spotlight right on you. Haha, good stuff.
I got in with a backhand return instead of a forehand return and changed just a little bit of the direction. There you go. And that caught Zhang a little bit off guard, but he wasn't happy with him in that shot. But
5-7. Oh, yeah, that was ouch. That was a real painful moment. 5-8. Well, he's made up for it a little bit there. He's picked up 1 point for 8-6, but
I mean, he's got a ton of pace now, Christian, and realized that, okay, he had good control of the service last time, and just believe that he can do it.
Led 8-6.
let off on the serve there. Very, very quick, and it's interesting, neither player actually recognized it immediately. Good stuff. Yeah, TK was absolutely right at him, jumping at his throat there on the backhand side, and he was successful. 9-6. I think that just illustrates your point about he is big. He's not cumbersome, of course he's not, he's an athlete, but you need just that little bit of extra pace, don't you, at moments like that? Well, he tried to put the power into that. He destroyed the ball almost. It is match ball. Zhang, China will be really, really relieved at this, because let me tell you, Christian Sus, after the first game, was confident. He was high with his playing talent, and I tell you, he came very close to upsetting Zhang. Right now, he's still got a momentarily a little bit of relief, but well, you can't see him taking it right through, can you?
Oh, there's low, small chances, but obviously if he can get another one, then
just a little pressure. Match point, China. That's it. China have taken that match 11 points to 7. Ultimately, it was 3-1 against Christian Sus, and I feel that that was the real chance that Germany had to be competitive here. Has probably now put paid to their expectations and ambitions, because no doubt at all there were moments in that match where Christian Sus was in control. He was in control of the second at 9-5. He gave it up to 11-9. That was a huge moment. He just couldn't stick with it. He couldn't keep his consistency of performance appropriate to a winning performance.
Zhang maybe didn't play his absolutely best game, but you also have to like that. You like the fact that he didn't give away the second game, and he